It's not even like every time I don't shave for a few days, she doesn't kiss me. No worries, no worries. So, I mean, so I can teach you the recitation in Arabic, then you can just do it, and then I will follow with the translation in English, then that's it. This is very easy. I put it this way, I just need to reconfirm. Did anyone force you to be a Muslim? Did I force you? Yeah, it's a real hard sales technique, and I'm going to be telling all about it one day. So did I force you to be a Muslim? Thank you for the very graciously shared your faith with me. All praise is due to God. Now, since no one forced you, and you know that when you become a Muslim, you will be submitting to God. That the moment is that it's obligatory to start to submit to God the way that He wants you to be. Like just now you practice the prayers and you feel peace, right? You feel emotional in a sense. And those things that you do just now, you will do it repeatedly 5 times a day to communicate, to get close to God. That will be upon you. Which inshallah, you are from Australia? Well, I'm from England, but I live in Australia now.
Atenin, satu pakai yang popular.
In Australia, that you can keep in touch with them the moment
Jawa,
you go back. You're going back? I'm going back tomorrow. Yes.
Yes.
It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. We don't meet people by accident. No. No. Those are the things that I want to talk to you. So now, are you ready to declaring your faith by submitting your will to the will of God? Now, just follow me. I mean, if you don't mind, just this finger. This is a finger that we say this is a measure that will bear testimony to God. Now, just follow me. I just go slowly. Now, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. I bear witness. There is no God. Worthy to be worshipped. Except Allah. And Prophet Muhammad. May peace and blessing be upon him. Is the last and final messenger of God. Allahu Akbar.
How is it? Good? Alhamdulillah. Allah got him. Nothing great about the one who talked to him. Allah is the greatest. Now we go for the quick Q&A, inshallah. And as being told by Haji Firdaus that I have to be very fair and just as well, that there's a written question from the sister and then follow up by the question from the brother. Okay, unless the brother willing to give up their turn and give to the sister, so I will answer everything from the paper here, inshallah. Now, the first question, okay, how can a woman play their role as da'i when we are fully occupied with the role as mother, wife and daughter? Alhamdulillah, you asked a very good question, is that how can you play a role when you're fully occupied? The first and foremost for a woman, the fiqh of da'wah when it comes to women and men is different, because we are two different creations. Now, for women, first and foremost, yes, you fulfill your duty as a daughter, as a wife, as a mother. You have to fulfill that. But having said so, there is a lot of avenue, there's a lot of platform that you can do da'wah without you have to go out. Because for sure, you will have time for yourself when you're at home. And or their spouse in order to do da'wah. Unless they go out in a group of women to do da'wah. But if you have a lot of duty that you have to fulfill, that is your duty. When you have time, of course, inshallah, we all of us have time. Any one of us here who don't play WhatsApp, Facebook, inshallah, I believe most of you, we do have some form of communications through social media. And I will be touching on that, inshallah, on how you can do that. But for sure, da'wah is also obligatory upon you Maybe the questions from the brothers, is there any? Please have mercy on me to ask me a very simple questions.
Okay, we have just mic with two of the brothers here. If you need the mic, just go ahead and use it. We also give you the paper if you want to write.
Okay, come brothers.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
In the earlier of your introduction, we started the session, you have discussed about the two-thirds.
We are only talking about peace, peace, peace. The second question, okay, I would believe to do justice to the good questions, you need to ask to those who are more learned, like scholars here. I will believe so. It is not that I'm afraid to answer, but I believe to do justice to the question itself, it's better to ask those who are more learned on that particular matter because it's a long subject. I won't do justice to this answer to the question if I only have around even 10 minutes to present about it. But let's focus on the first, inshallah. Yeah, I'm not avoiding. In da'wah, if I do not know, I will just say do not know. Even I know, but I'm not so sure about it, and I believe somebody can give me a better answer, I will say better you ask that person. And this is the rule of thumb when we come to da'wah. Not every single time you come on the stage, you have become the speaker, you become the trainer, you must know every single thing. Even Imam Malik rahimahullah, 50 questions, 43, he said la adri. But of course, I'm not going to say la adri, la adri. So no point of the Q&A. Okay, now coming to the first questions that we Muslims used to rule 2/3 of the world. Why it is not now? If you listen clearly to my speech just now, I did mention that the reason why we are not today, it is because, mainly because the Muslims have stopped doing da'wah. Because you see, the history itself shown. After the last khutbah by the Prophet ﷺ, and after the Prophet ﷺ passed away, most of the companions, they went out far and wide to spread the deen. And that's why today, we look at the grave of Sahaba, like Abu Ayyub al-Ansari, radiallahu anhu. It was not in Medina, in Istanbul. You just have to consider the distance between Istanbul and Medina is so far. And why they are there? For a very simple reason, to do da'wah, right? To do da'wah. And that's why people accepting the religion, peace. Even when Muslims do not have to send out the soldier or army to go and rule the country. It's well recorded during the time of Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu. The people in Andalusia, Spain, they pay money to the Muslim who are in Medina. The Caliphate is in Medina, pay 10,000 gold coin or dinar for protections. It is not the Muslim who go out there and ask them to pay jizya, but they want Muslim and they know that the Muslim are being very fair and just. And we keep on asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us victory, and the Muslim not only making dua. You can disagree with me on this. What I see is that the Muslim last time, they make dua and they put in a lot of effort. Today, we make dua, the Imam make dua, we say Amin, 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 but we don't really make a lot of effort on it. That is the difference. And that's why we can see they spread far and wide. But the Muslim today, yes, there are some who do it, but majority, we are very comfortable in our own air conditioning room. We do not want to get sweat. So the reason that I see is that because we as a Muslim today, we do not conquer 2/3 of the world. One of the reasons is that after we have power, we have wealth, we have positions, we have authority, we no longer really care about da'wah, we really care about our personal interests rather than the interests of Islam. We fight among ourselves and therefore we become weak. Nobody, other people can do nothing to us if we are strong. This is always my understanding and this is always my belief. As I said earlier, a virus will not be able to attack us if our antibody is strong. It's just like Sheikh Mirza Yawabait. He gave a very good analogy about a da'i, about a Muslim, is that a candle can do nothing to the wall and to the things around the candle. He cannot go out there and do something to the wall, except that he lighten up himself and lighten up the entire room. The candle, he cannot do anything to the wall, except that he lighten up himself and bring lights to the entire room. Why there is a darkness today? Because the light that we have, we keep it to ourselves. and that's it. Darkness is the absence of light. So that will be my answer to you, inshallah. Yeah, hope I answered the questions. Again, you can disagree with me. Whatever I say which is not based on the Quran and Sunnah, you can disagree, you can agree, no problem. Don't take it as an absolute fatwa. I don't issue fatwa here, inshallah. Okay, now we have, okay, is it permissible, and the next question from the sister, is it permissible for sister to respond to non-Muslim men when they want to talk about Islam? What are the limits? Now, there is a limit. Of course, it is permissible. I'm not issuing fatwa. I'm sharing with you a fatwa from Sheikh Saleh Al-Munajid and a few other scholars on these particular matters. Is it permissible to talk to a non-mahram, be it a Muslim or non-Muslim? Right? You are permissible to talk to them on the things which is necessary, not without any needs. It's like to joke or to have fun. No. But if you were to talk to a non-mahram, either man or women, if you were to talk to the opposite sex, is that, number one, lower your gaze. Number two, do not lower your tone, your voice. Is that now I'm talking to you like this, but when I bring one-on-one with you, I soften my voice, you know, make it more poetry. No, this is not allowed. Number three, the one that we say, lower your gaze is one thing, but lower your gaze time to time, to have a glance is okay, for communication purpose is fine. Okay. Number four is that the words that we use must be very precise. It should not have double meaning to invite unnecessary attention or unnecessary fitna. Did this guy like me? We are giving them the hint. We should not do that. So like doing da'wah, we don't go out and purposely to... The priority is always for men to talk to the men, women talk to the women. That is always the priority. But sometimes they come to us. So we have to be very careful in terms of how we interact with one another. And always remember, no one-on-one with the women or with the men, a non-mahram woman and non-mahram man in a secluded area. No. If you are married, brothers, if the sisters are married, what you have to do is that if you really want to do da'wah and this man is approaching you, the best is that refer the brothers to another brother who is doing da'wah. Work in a jama'ah. Sometimes the shaitan, the iblis, so smart to deceive us that he is not going to stop you from doing da'wah, but what he's going to do is that he will even convince you to go and do da'wah. He say, sister, pity this brother. If you don't do da'wah to him, what's going to happen to him? He will be burned in the hellfire forever. So sister, please go and do da'wah to him. He is very strategic. He's a strategic planner. He's a very visionary. So, he can't stop you from doing da'wah, but he will ask you to do da'wah with the wrong way, with the wrong action. Some of you have ever heard about the stories of the accursed Barsisa. I will share about it later, inshallah. Okay, the accursed Barsisa, a pious worshipper of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he even lowered his gaze, but in the end, he died as a kuffar. Why? We will learn from there, inshallah. So, you are allowed to talk to, but talk about something which there is need on it. Not something about, after you finish answering the question, then don't ask, so what do you have today for dinner, yeah? It's not necessary for that. Okay, so stay away from that, inshallah. Yeah, wallahu a'lam. Now, yes, questions from brother?
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, never mind, continue.
My name is Malik, and I want to clarify something. Is there any system or the regulation here to do the street dawah? Right now we are doing, but still I want to clarify this with you. After this, I have one clarification.
Okay, sure. Now, is there any restriction for doing street da'wah here in Qatar? Now, this is a very good question, and I think I would like to direct it to the authority here, because as far as I I'm being informed that whatever preaching that you have here, you need to get permissions. This is what I know, right? You have to get permission. So the best thing to answer your questions, very direct, because we only have another 1 minute to go. This will be the last questions before we proceed to the presentations, is that I will direct you to Haji Firdaus, and maybe Haji Firdaus can clarify further and direct you to the relevant authority. That will be better. And since you're talking about street da'wah, I will be talking about street da'wah too, because this is one of our core activities too. And we're going to conduct our mega street da'wah around the world on the 16th of December, inshallah. I will talk about it later, inshallah. So, hope I answer your questions. Okay? So now, inshallah, we're going to proceed with our I know there's a lot of questions from the sister, mashallah. The sister, quite a number of questions here. Now, just now, where did we stop? You know, these sessions is the most challenging sessions for any trainers or any speakers. You know why? Because it's right after lunch. When it's right after lunch, plus with the aircon and with a very comfortable seat, subhanAllah, you will fall asleep easily. But it's okay. If you want to fall asleep, it's fine. But just one condition, no snoring, please. Because you're going to disturb your friend who wants to sleep next to you. Okay, just have a joke, yeah? Okay, now, brothers, just now we stopped at gentle, right? Now, we mentioned about the hadith, and now we talk about the simple words, the choice of words. Remember, communications, when we talk about da'wah, da'wah is about conveying the message. And when we talk about conveying the message, it is for the other party to understand what we say. It is not a platform for us to showcase our Arabic skill. I repeat, doing da'wah, it is not a platform for us to showcase our Arabic skill. How good is our Arabic? No. Because most of the time, we do not use proper and simple words to make people understand. We will use words like, you know, MashaAllah, Tabarakallah. Now put it this way. How many Muslims can translate this word to a proper word? Some of it don't understand. We just know how to say it. Just because other people say MashaAllah, Tabarakallah, Subhanallah, we just say it. But how to use it, we don't know. Let's think about this. If we as a Muslim, we can't even know and understand clearly, what makes us think that the not yet Muslim will understand it? It's like I were to speak Chinese to you now. How do you feel? How many of you would really understand Chinese here? No, right? But if they're just because today I'm wearing a Chinese traditional clothes and I start to speak Chinese, whatever I presented there, you will be like clueless. What this Chinese man is talking about? It sounds nice, it sounds good, but then I don't understand. So in the end, you will not stay here and you will just walk out. The same thing. Just for example, while we are doing da'wah, sometimes the non-yet Muslim, they will ask us a question that you are claiming as a Muslim that if you pray and if you are Muslim, God will help you, right? Right? Yes. So they ask you back. Now you claim you are Muslim, just because you pray, God will help you. But look at you. You are poor. You are backward. Most of the Muslim countries are backward. Look at me. I'm a non-Muslim. I don't pray. But you see, I'm rich. Most of the non-Muslim countries, they are wealthy. They are advanced. So, we thought of giving them a good answer. We tell them, you know what? That is the istidraj of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on you. Do you know what is istidraj? Some of you look at me and like, what is that? Now just imagine this. I'm purposely use this word just to showcase to you. Sometime, for those of you who understand what is meant by istidraj, you will get the answer. But if we among us as a Muslim, we don't even understand the terms istidraj, then what is the non-Muslim going to understand? They will look at what is istidraj. They don't understand. Sometimes we are amazed with what they say, and we say, MashaAllah. They're looking at us. But if let's say back in Malaysia, if you were to say MashaAllah, because in Malay words, there is another word similar to MashaAllah, which is Masalah. And Masalah is problem. So people will think about, if let's say India, oh, Masalah, you like Masalah? They have no idea. So that's why it is not about, and sometimes don't become so over-excited just because they praise Islam and say, Allahu Akbar. You know what's going to happen? That guy will run away. Some bomb will explode soon. Because this is the idea that they get from the medias, right? Yes, when you know, when I was in Botswana, in their airport, it stated there, anybody who uses an offensive word, okay, any words, suspect, anything that they suspect can trigger any violence and terror, you can be arrested. And my friend, he gets so excited while we want to depart. We are waiting in the cafe, and he said, brother, MashaAllah, brother, Allahu Akbar. I said, shh. You know why? We are just about time to depart to South Africa. Don't just because of you getting overexcited and all of us has to be detained here. So the choice of words, use simple words. If you want to praise the person, in fact, you can use the words to do that one. If they say, if we want to say, Inshallah, okay, by the permissions of God. Why not use the translations after we use it? Just use the translation and say, oh, you know what? Just now I did mention Inshallah, right? Do you know what it means by Inshallah? Ask them. You say, yeah, I used to heard this before, but like me, this is my experience. Before I become a Muslim, I'm a footballer. I invite my friend to play football, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So you know what did my friend answer? He said, hey, Inshallah. Now, make a guess. What time my friends arrive? Make a guess. 3 o'clock, he said Inshallah. 4:30. What? Other than that, 4:30? 5. MashaAllah, your friends are very good. My friend didn't came. Then tomorrow, I met him and I asked, bro, yesterday, I invite you for football at 3 o'clock and you say you are going to come. He said, wait. I didn't say I'm going to come. I say Inshallah. And I'm a non-Muslim. Oh, now I start to understand. When a Muslim say Inshallah, it means they are not going to come. So we have to clarify it. Do not make assumption that they know the meaning of it. We can just ask, do you know it's Inshallah? Inshallah means God willing. Like if you want to do something, you promise somebody, you also as a non-Muslim, you can also use Inshallah. Let them familiarize with the terms that we use. Then whenever they say, oh Allah, MashaAllah, so they will get used to it. So eventually, they are getting closer to Islam without we have to do a lot of hard preaching. So, have to understand the simple words. The choice of words. Have we ever come across people who claim, you know, all Muslim, they are terrorists? Come across that? Yeah? Last time, after 9/11, they used to say this, all Muslim are terrorists. Wow. Then Alhamdulillah, few years back, they changed. They say, no. Not all Muslims are terrorists. Sounds good? Sounds good. But all terrorists are Muslim. Which do you prefer? The former or the latter? The former. Both also I do prefer. The first one is that all Muslims are terrorists. But the second one is that, no. Not all Muslims are terrorists, but all terrorists are Muslim. It doesn't make sense. The choice of words, we don't use extreme words like, oh, everyone is like that. I met a lot of non-Muslim. You see. I use a very simple and very precise words. I don't say, all non-Muslim that I met. No. I say, I met a lot of non-Muslim who make a claim. You know, all the Muslim, they are lazy. Wow. I say, wow, interesting. You know, all the Muslim, they cheat, they lie. I say, wow, interesting. You know what do I do? What did I ask him? I asked them, wow, excuse me, I just want to answer your question. What is that? Have you met all the 1.7 billion Muslims around the world? They said, no, I don't know them. Okay, but interesting just now, you say all the Muslim. You know what is all? All mean all. A-L-L. All mean all. If let's say there's 3 people here, which means all these 3. Right? You say, yeah. So you meet all the Muslims? No. Then now I'm a bit confused. So if you never meet all the Muslims, then how do you know that all Muslims are like that? You say, no lah, people around me. Oh, Muslim around you. Then can I know how many Muslim friends do you know? Maybe 10. Oh, so are you telling me that 10 Muslims represent the entire 1.7 billion Muslims? Yeah, but all of them are all of your friends are like that. But don't say all the Muslims are like that. Then eventually, yeah, I agree with you. You see, the choice of word. Even when we are doing da'wah, we have to be very careful in the terms of our choice of word. Don't use like, all the Muslims, they are very good Muslims. No. The Muslims are not angels. Don't use extreme words. Or no, we Muslims don't do that. No. We can say, there are Muslims who do that, but Islam doesn't teach that. Difference? Yes, we cannot say, oh, Muslims don't do that. What do you mean Muslims don't do that? There are some Muslims who do that, but it is not the teaching of Islam. So we have to be very careful with the choice of words that we are using. Now, speed in conversing. Have you ever come across some speaker, when they give public speaking, they were like a bullet train. It's like they are rushing for something. No. You look at the way how the Prophet ﷺ, whenever he delivers something, slow and steady, right pace. And sometimes if we talk too slow, people will fall asleep. If you were to talk too fast, people might not understand what you're going to deliver. So, moderate speed, choice of words. And argue only when needed, not default. Just now, I was approached and that gentleman asked me a question that, are you going to teach us about debate and so on and so forth? I say, put it this way. In Surah An-Nahl chapter 16 verse 125, Allah says, Udu'u ila sabili rabbika bil hikmah. Invite people to the way of dialogue with wisdom. Wa mau'izati hasana, with beautiful preaching. Wa jadilhum billati hiya asan. And debate with them in the best of manners. Debate last, not default. But today, maybe we watch a lot of debate like Zakir Naik and Ahmad Didat, so we get carried away. No, whenever we meet a Christian, your book didn't say this. How can you do this? Jesus is not God. Blah, 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 blah. We go for attacking mode, we go for debate. Now, I agree, debate is one of the mode of da'wah. I didn't disagree with that. But would you agree with me if I were to say that if we start our da'wah with debate, we have set a mental block for them. They will have a mental block. Because whosoever who come for debate, each part of their supporters, they will come with a mindset to win. Yes? They want to win. So when they want to win, they will block their mindset and they will always think their speaker, their representative is the best. Most of you has watched the debate between Jimmy Swaggart and Ahmad Didat. Is the Bible God's word? Yes? Now, according to you, who won the debate? According to you? Ahmad Didat, right? You know what? There is a church in United States. They burned the DVD of the debate without any editing, original, and they show it to their congregations. Why they want to do it? If we as a Muslim think that we have won the debate, why they want to show it in their church? So their church member will become a Muslim? No. You know what? They thought they won the debate. For us, it's like, how on earth that Jimmy Swaggart won the debate? He's totally out of the debate. He is totally out of topic. The topic is the Bible God's word. But he keep on talking about Jesus is alive. What do you mean? This is not about God's word. This is not about Jesus. It's the Bible God's word. So, don't go for debate first. Whenever we do debate, so far as I know, you can win the argument, but you never win over their heart. But when we are doing da'wah, what we want to do? We want to win their heart. I told quite a number of the prospect, I say, I'm not interested to debate. I'm rather to lose to you in debate in my argument, but I win your heart. I will prefer that. So always remember, argue only when needed, not default. Because da'wah is about inviting. You don't go and debate with people that you want to invite to your house for dinner. Do you? No. But it's nothing wrong if you want to debate for fun. But in general, we don't debate to invite people. So put that in our mind, inshallah. Now, to the right person, who is our madu? I will talk about this, inshallah, in the next topic, types of prospect. What is their background? I will also talk about it, the background and so on. We must understand what is their background. We might have our close friends, our employer, our employee that we want to talk to. We must know their background. And I will cover this, inshallah, in the type of prospect, and I will cover this as well in the effective communications in da'wah. Why? Why you must know this? Next, every madu'un needs a different approach. Yes, brother.
Who is our mad'u, but most of the here, they may not know what is mad'u.
Madu, okay, madu. Any one of you who know, who do not know what is madu? It's okay to raise your hand, it's okay, it's fine. Alhamdulillah, you see, I'm making assumptions, right? That everybody know, right? Is it my fault or your fault? It's my fault. No, it's my fault. It's not your fault. Which is point out very good. You see, if I continue, some of you will keep on. If they are Malay, they will talk, what honey is this? Madu in Malay is honey. So they were thinking about what madu, what type of honey is Brother Firdaus talking about. So the problem is not you, it's me. Now just imagine this. MashaAllah, very good. Jazakallah khair. Just imagine during our da'wah, the same thing happened. We finish our presentations. And then when we want to make an invitation, so brother, are you ready to accept Islam? By the way, what is Islam? Funny things happen around the world, across the world. When I give talk in University of Zimbabwe, the first thing that I start with, I ask them a question. Is there any difference between Islam and Muslim? Oh, they answer me and say, yes, there is. Great. Give me some answer. They say, Islam is in Arabic, Muslim is in English. Is it true? No, it's not. But we don't make assumptions. Okay, so Jazakallah khair. Madu'u is prospect. Who is our prospect? Okay, Madu'u is our prospect. Who is our prospect? Like for example, if you do not know the background, because each Madu'u, each prospect needs a different approach. For example, imagine you are a doctor and there is 3 patients. All of them have the same fever. One is a small kid, 2 years old. One is a big man, big size, like me. And another one is a pregnant lady. What medicine will you give to them? What medicine will you give to them? Any doctor here? Yes. Okay, I don't want to ask that doctor. I ask the doctor here, other than that doctor. What medicine you will give to them? Panadol, huh? Paracetamol. You know what? If you were to give paracetamol to the pregnant lady, what's going to happen? Miscarriage, right? If you give paracetamol to me, just only 2, have no effect on me. I need 4. If you give paracetamol to the kids, 2 years old, overdose. Just a simple example for us to understand. Sometimes we think one ruling fit all, one size fit all. It doesn't happen like that. We, even as a parent, we don't treat our children the same, but we treat them justly. True? Because we know them. If our children like prawn, dislike fish, dislike chicken, I don't force everybody to eat chicken, but I know them. It's the same thing. Whenever we know the background of our prospect, it's easier to talk to them. Just imagine if we keep on refuting, brother, you know, in the Bible, the Trinity was not there. In the episode of John, chapter number 5, verse number 7, you know, for there is 3 who bear witness in the heaven, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. There's not 3, but they are 1. Oh, blah, blah, blah. We keep on talking about Trinity. We make assumption that they are Christian. And then after that, the prospect told us, I'm a Buddhist. You waste your time. So don't make assumption. Identify your prospect, inshallah. Now, On a suitable time, find a suitable time. And then when is the right time? When is the right time to do da'wah? Anytime, anytime. What is the right time? Pardon? Leisure time. Okay, leisure time. Other than that, other than leisure time? When he's not angry, mashallah. Yeah. You don't talk to people when they are angry, right? And you're not angry. No. The Prophet said, "La, don't be angry." Okay, good. What else? When is the right time? Trust me. If you pay attention to what I say in my first topic, I say every moment is a da'wah moment. Right? What is the right time? You decide for yourself. Noah, he preached to his people day and night. Why day and night? In the day, he preached to the people who are in the day. At night, he preached to the people who are there at night. If our friend, he's not available in the morning, do you want to talk to him in the morning? So we don't say it very specifically, say, oh, we do da'wah, the right time is morning. No. If he's only available at night, and our friends only wake up at night, then we do da'wah to him at night. So, every moment is a da'wah moment. That's why I say, what is our full-time profession, brother and sister? Dari. Not accountant, not engineer. Full-time profession, I'm a Dari. So that should be our mindset, because every moment is a da'wah moment. Next. Now, in appropriate proportions, as you can see, this is the saying of Abdullah ibn Mas'ud and Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anh. Beautiful. Beautiful. Where he say, as you convey something that is difficult to be fathomed by a group of people, it will only create fitna for some of them. Communicate with the majority of people with what they will understand. Do you favor if they betray Allah Azza wa Jal and His Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? This is to tell us that not every single thing you have to tell them during da'wah. What is the most important things? What is the criteria for someone to accept Islam, to become a Muslim? Do they have to read the entire Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim and the Kutubus Sittah? Do they have to know the Mustalah Hadith, the Usulul Fiqh, the Maqasid Sharia? No. Don't think that, brother, before you become Muslim, let me share with you. You know, there's something very interesting about us in Islam. In Islam, you know, we have Mustalah Hadith, we have Usulul Fiqh, we have Maqasid Sharia. You know the terms Hadith Ahad, Hadith Mutawatir. It is not necessary for them to know now. The most important thing for them to know is Allah is one, there's only one God, and Prophet Muhammad is his last and final messenger. Khalas. And this is a way something that I can use to relate to doing da'wah to the not yet Muslim. You know why? There is a German guy. He came to our center to study Islam 4 months. Then I make invitation to him. And then he say that, no, brother Firdaus, I'm okay with Allah as the God, as my only one God, and Prophet Muhammad is the last and final messenger. But I'm a very logical person. I have read the Quran, it's very good. I have nothing against it. But I have not read every single thing about Islam. Let me read about it, then only I become a Muslim. What would you answer that? What would you answer? I have to be fair. I'm a very logical person. I have to read all the books before I decide to become a Muslim. And recently, we have one reward sister. She became a Muslim and she ran away from the house. And the father, after she went back, the father talked to her and say, you haven't read the entire things about Islam and you want to become a Muslim? How are you going to help this particular person to make decision? We don't make decision for them, but how can we help them to make decision? Anyone? Just try. Have a try. Yes, Brother Muhammad.
You don't need too many evidences to prove something to be true.
Okay, you don't need a lot of things to prove something.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like if you have like enough evidences to show something is true, then you don't need more evidences to show that something is true.
Okay.
To prove that the microphone is here on the floor, I can see it, and all the people can see it.
But all religion claim to be true.
Huh?
But all religion claim to be true. But not every single thing claim to be a microphone.
No, I mean
reasons actually.
Let's try. Because as we say, just now you guys promised me, right, that we're going to interact?
Yeah.
Yes, right? You don't forget it, right? Okay, good. Yes, brother.
Maybe we can use the
But the Bible also use scientific. You know the Hindus also use scientific.
Recently found by scientists. Written in Quran. Because this guy is a logical person.
Okay. But they say, you know, but the Hindus also claim the same. The Buddhists also claim the same. Even the Buddhist book, I have one of it. I'm reading it now. He say, Buddhism is very compatible with scientific. Compared to other religions. They also claim the same thing. We try to be very direct and very simple.
Why don't you be a Muslim right now so you can be saved in case like...
But the thing is that I have not read every single thing about Islam. How can I become a Muslim? Yes, Sheikh. I'm learning from you guys. I don't think that I definitely know the answer. I'm learning too.
If you want to learn more of the entire Islam, return into ashes, you cannot finish reading what is Islam, studying Islam.
Okay.
Branches, millions of branches in Islam to study. The very important is to deal with the Tawheed. What is Tawheed? Make Prophet Muhammad Islam final message. Shahada, if we agree, finish, is a Muslim.
MashaAllah. Very good. Yes, brother.
There's no such rule in Islam that you read all the books and then come to Islam. Secondly, if you really want to know about Islam, you read the authentic biography of Prophet Muhammad who has brought this Islam.
And if that person, and you just, you see, I'm not criticizing you. I want us to think, because this is a process. By us giving them a suggestions, like for example, you just have to read the biography of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. You know what? You just give them another reason not to take the Shahada now. They will say, that's why I agree with you. I have not read the biography of the Prophet. Right? Can they use this? They can definitely use it. Yes, brother.
Yeah, in order to get educated, first you need to get admitted.
Okay.
For a university, if you are going to get a degree, first you need to get admitted.
Okay.
Saying Shahada is getting admission. Getting admission like that.
Okay, I understand that. The brother is saying that, you know, to get educated, you need to be admitted into the university to be educated. Right? Now, yes, last one. I'm trying to get the response because I'm learning as well. And then let's see, because for us is that sometimes, yes, there's sister as well, right? Okay, later we go to the sister, yeah? Sheikh, just hold on. Yes. Okay. The jinn is disturbing us. The sabotage is going on.
So we should properly define Tawheed and try to invite him to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and introduce Allah Muhammad upon him and try to convince him about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and something about the Akhirah, so that
Marvelous.
he accepts Islam. Initially he accepts that there is no deity except Allah and Muhammad is the last final messenger, and accept that there is an Akhirah. So then he enters into Islam, and slowly he will try to learn the Islam knowledge.
Amazing. Good. There is one sister behind there. Whoever, yes, sister.
I guess the most simplest approach and to ease their mind would be to say that learning everything about Islam before becoming a Muslim is not a requirement.
Okay.
Then if they're a bit surprised and ask why or whatever, then we can elaborate a little bit more and say that the learning process in Islam is a long process, it's a lifetime process. Becoming a Muslim is quite simple, and just direct them towards the Shahada, understanding of Allah, God, the Creator.
Okay.
It's a correct understanding, and the correct understanding of the Prophet.
Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
We're going to say to them.
Yes.
And that they accept the Prophet, they understand who he is, and that he's the final messenger. So you're basically focusing on the Shahada.
That you do not need to have a lot of philosophical explanation, just a bit of straightforward to deal with this issue. Is it okay? Yeah? Now, by you knowing the madu'u, the prospect, you will know either they are married or not. So, we go, if he's a man, either they are man or women, doesn't matter. Okay? So, we ask them, so brother, have you know all the women in the world before you get married to your wife? Ask them this question. I repeat my questions. Ask them, brother, have you met and get to know all the women in this world before you get married to your wife? What is the possible answer?
I'm single.
No, of course, now I'm saying that we know that he's married. We know that he is married, okay? We know for sure that he's married. So, we ask him. That's why we say, knowing the prospect background is so important. That's why we will know what kind of question to put forward to them to make them to think. So, they are married. So we ask them, brother, have you get to know all the women in this world before you get married? What is the possible answer? No. Then, we make an impression like we are shocked. And oh, it's weird, bro. They will ask us, why? Because by what you told me just now, that you have not read the entire book, all the religious book in this world, therefore you don't want to become a Muslim, but yet you have not get to know all the women before you married your wife. Don't you afraid you married the wrong woman? Then what he will answer? Waalaikumsalam. Most probably, this is through my experience. They will say, no, I don't have to get to know and I don't have to meet all the women in this world in order for me to get married. Because you know what? I have the criteria of the woman that I want to make as my wife. I say, Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much. You just give me the answer. They say, what do you mean? Yeah, exactly. What is God to you? You must have criteria. There is no time for you to read every single book in this world in order for you to choose one. You agree with me? Those of you who are married, do you get to know all the men or all the women before you get married? No, but you get married because, this guy, this person, he fulfilled the criteria that I want to be I want him to be my spouse. This is the criteria that I want. Is it true? Yes, this is a logical way that human beings make decisions. You don't have to read the entire thing. You don't have to get to know every single man before you get married. Number one, there's one way to make them to think. Number two is that we ask them, do you believe in Allah? Yes. One God. Very good. Do you believe that Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Prophet Muhammad, is the last and final messenger? Yes. Do you believe that Islam is the only truth? Yes. Done. So we ask them, now, for example, if I were to give you a car now, what is the latest Mercedes available here? S-Class. Okay, just S-Class. I give you a brand new S-Class. Oh, no, maybe 1 month. I use it for 1 month. I give it to you for free. Listen carefully. I give it to you for free. What you will look at, what will you check before you decide to accept it? Or will you check it or not? Don't you afraid that there might be some problem with the Mercedes? What is the two most important thing in a car? The engine, right? And then the gearbox, right? Other things like the tire, the leather seat, is not so important, right? Because that is just a minor things, right? And because we as a human being, we don't have the knowledge of the entire car. We are not going to, take out all the engine, check everything, then put back, and then, I decide to get this car. I give it to you for free. And tell them, you will still accept the car after checking the engine and the gearbox is good. But despite, there might be, the tire is flat, the tire have some problem. Will you still accept the car from me? Yes or no? Yes. Why you want to accept? There's some problem. One thing is for free, but the main thing is that because the most important compartment in the car and the most expensive is in the engine and in the gearbox. If these two elements is fine and you agree with it and it's okay, other things is negligible. The same thing in Islam, the main thing is La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. If you can accept these two, other things that follow right after this is negligible. It is not that we say you can choose not to practice. But what we say is that, isn't it, this is the two most important thing in Islam? Whatever after this is negligible. It is not the main things already. Am I right? So we give them the ideas. By us knowing the prospect, we will give us an idea how to convey the right message to them. Remember, da'wah is not about we want to convey to them what we want to convey, but da'wah is about clearing their misconception and give them more information to make new decisions. Clear so far? It's very challenging for me. Everybody is staring at me now. Hopefully everybody is staring at me and is really focusing, yeah? Inshallah. Okay. And understanding the priority in da'wah. Look at this beautiful hadith. When the Prophet ﷺ sent Mu'adh ibn Jabal radiallahu anhu to Yaman, and this is the list actually. The Prophet said, "Oh Mu'adh, you will be going to the people of the book, and the first thing that you should do is to call them to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. First thing." And then the Prophet continued, if they agree, ask them and command them to establish prayer. If they do it, then ask them to fast. If they do it, then take zakat from them. The step of doing da'wah. The Prophet start with the flow. Number one, believe in Allah first. Not asking them to pray. You cannot pray. I don't think you can pray, so don't become a Muslim. No. First thing first, go for the most important thing, which is La ilaha illallah. Then ask them to establish prayer step by step. Because if a born Muslim, it takes them 10, 20, 30, 40 years in order for them to become a practicing Muslim, don't immediately expect that the rewards, those from not yet Muslim background who never pray in their life, immediately after they became Muslim, and they will just be like an angel. There is a step. Okay? The priority in da'wah. Always focus. And this will answer one of the questions just now. The comment, actually, saying that, you know, priority is like, is it better for them to become Muslim, continue to sin in Islam? The answer is, it's better for them to become Muslim. Okay? We are not encouraging them. Remember, we don't say, never mind. You become Muslim and then you continue and you eat pork as much as you want. No, we don't do that. We just say,